Hey, Riley here again. I wanted to do a quick video before I lose the daylight because it's getting pretty late in the day. I'm guessing it's probably getting close to 7 o'clock, but I'm really not sure. Got back a little earlier from helping a friend of mine that had a little carburetor problem. It was just a plug Venturi cluster. I fixed it or showed him how to fix it in just a couple of minutes, and I think he actually went to a cruising tonight. So, back to the car I guess we're going to call Tweety. I've been over this car really well since the last video, and I know even more about it, and some pretty good and some not so good. So the engine, the block code is for a 62 150 horsepower turbocharged engine, but we determined today that it has 102 horsepower heads on it. It's got a 64 style magnesium fan. It's a 64 pulley on the generator. That and various and sundry other things. Did find a little more corrosion under the car than I was hoping to find, but that's okay. None of it is really structural other than one place, and I'm going to talk to a friend of mine about fabricating a patch panel and welding in there, which I think will take care of that, and I don't even think that is particularly dangerous. But anyway, we're going to turn this into a driver, and the intention is to drive the wheels off of it this coming spring and summer. So the car, oh, by the way, I got a new flashlight, new toy. Bought this because I was tired of not having enough light. So anyway, back to the car. So as I think I mentioned before, it ran sort of when it got here, and then it progressively got to where it wouldn't run at all. And after kind of thinking this over, I think what I'm going to do is attack anything from the top that I can get to that would affect how it runs. The carburetors seem to have been rebuilt. They're power enrichment carburetors. The accelerator pumps are working, but I really don't know yet. I'm pretty sure there's a vacuum leak somewhere and some bearing noise. So I don't know if it's going to be the blower bearing or the generator or the idler pulley or whatever it is, but I'm going to start by cleaning up the battery terminal connections, because that was one of the first problems I noticed, that it wouldn't maintain a good connection. So I'm going to move these wires or cut these wires back to so that they're the proper length that I want, and this one too, and also to get to some fresh copper and clean up all the connections. I've already wire brushed these with my wire wheel, and I'll put a little bit of grease on all that stuff too to make sure that it maintains connection. This is just old shade tree stuff that we've always done, and so the wiring back here is a mess. I don't know if you can see this at all, but that connector is a mess. It's got multiple wires that have been cut out of it. Usually I say that I can save a factory wiring harness, and 9 times out of 10 I can, but this one I'm not so sure about. It's been hacked up pretty good, so we'll just have to see what comes of that. And well, we'll figure out what it's going to take to get this thing to run, but I got to get electricity to everything first, make sure we got a good connection, and then I'll go from there and figure out why it won't start and why it won't idle, whether it's carburation, ignition, compression, or all three, or something else, but we'll figure it out. So that's where we are with the thing, and I'll keep posting updates and electrical, and then see if we can make it start. All right, I hope you guys have a great weekend.